I think they're similar insofar as they have the potential to create conditions of crisis that we are very poorly equipped to deal with. And that's very concerning, because when these crises strike, part of their modus operandus is that they come without a lot of warning, and they come quickly and at a magnitude that overwhelms things very easily. In contrast, in terms of climate change, I think there's so many factors that are coming together and converging that are creating multifactorial risks for us that I think we'll see a more cumulative effect over time. And I think that in many respects makes climate change perhaps more worrisome. I think it's a great point, which is in the context of an immediate threat to health, especially invisible, the sense that it's a virus, it's a bug, that you can't see how it's infecting. That fear is a tremendous stimulus to to behavioral change. And what we've seen with respect to the efforts to enhance physical distancing and keep the public safe, there's been much greater than expected compliance with that, virtually everywhere. And I think that's surprising, but I think part of it is explained by that fear that you could be individually affected by this if you're not careful. In contrast, I think it's harder to personify the impact of climate change on the individual. And because of that, then people are less aware that their behavior is so critical. One of the things, coming back to your point before, which links the current efforts to control the COVID pandemic, is I think many people are making the observation about how much less atmospheric pollution there is as a result of the massive curtailing of air and other transport that's been linked to the physical distancing and work from home and measures that have been adopted virtually everywhere. And I think that's given people a greater sense of an appreciation that their behavior actually has a huge impact on the climate. First, I think these crises, like the COVID pandemic, but also climate change, make it absolutely crystal clear that our collective health and survival is a function of how well we work together as a planet, as a planetary civilization, to manage risk. Because nobody can manage this risk on their own. That's the simple reality. And so we are wholly dependent on how we work with one another. Now, how to do that in a way that makes a difference is not straightforward. And CEPI is an international NGO. It is co-funded by multiple government and foundational partners, has great public-private intersection in terms of the vaccine industry, and is developing vaccine candidates for the world. And so to me, this is the type of institution that is absolutely part of the architecture that we have got to develop moving forward if we are going to have a chance at being able to overcome some of the serious crises and challenges that we're going to face in the future.